Hey y'all, I'm Tangina Stone, and we're coming at you from Brooklyn, New York at Dumbo House. Hello from Brooklyn. It is 6:48 p.m. here. The weather's pretty nice actually today. It's pretty cold, but no snow so far. And as you see, we have this lovely view at the best house. This is my favorite house. Hello to everyone in all the other houses internationally. Hello London, hello Hong Kong, hello Barcelona, hello LA. Hello everybody. I have the lovely Dawn Richard with us tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
And I'm gonna get all in her business and ask her some questions tonight so we can all get to know her a bit better before she plays a lovely concert for us tonight. Again, I'm Tangina Stone. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, music person as well. And it's an honor to sit here and interview Dawn.
I'm honored to meet you, a fellow creative.
Yes.
So this is exciting. Get all in my business, it's fine.
Get on your bit. Well, tell us a bit about yourself. Introduce us.
Yes, so my name is Dawn Richard. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, local girl from the Ninth Ward. I had my start very unconventionally. I was in a TV show called Making the Band, which was a part of Diddy, and then I became a part of another band after that. Went from Danity Kane to Diddy, Dirty Money. Two really popular groups, but very different. Wrote and sang in both those groups, and then went on my own as an indie artist and did some really cool things underground, got into electronic, got into pop, and then started working in that space and then really enjoying it as a writer, as a songwriter, as a producer. And then got into my heart, my joy that I never really got to really push, animation and VR, tech, basically, getting into tech, and became a partner with Adult Swim, became a creative director there, and so I used my music and my animation to create a whole nother world for myself as an indie artist. So I kind of reinvented myself a few times. And now I have been a solo artist for 8 years, been working with Adult Swim for about 7.5 years. And I've been really trying to push the Black female artist into spaces that we aren't seeing, whether that be tech, whether that be in the electronic dance genre, which I feel like is so ironic because dance and electronic to me started in Detroit, Chicago. It's Black culture. So I'm just trying to take it back. So a lot of my albums have been fusion. I don't really feel like I need a genre. I feel like I want to create my own lane. So the last 8 years has been kind of creating my own music, my own world, and kind of finding my own way when everyone else closes the doors. I've been kind of trying to open them myself. So I'm really excited to kind of fuse New Orleans and bring it to a whole nother level.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. What an introduction, right? Amazing. No, so much of what you said resonates.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. I have 10 questions for you,
Let's go 10.
We're going to do 10. We're, like I said, getting all up in your business.
Okay.
So, where we are, we're in Soho House.
Soho House, yeah.
So Soho House members would like to know, what's your favorite house?
Oh man, you want to put me on the spot like that? Okay.
This is mine. I'm on record saying it. I'm Brooklyn. Listen.
Right, listen. Okay, so I was born in New York. When I say born, I mean Making the Band, Danity Kane started in New York. So of course I'm going to have love here. But I also live in LA now. And the one in LA has a dumb, crazy view on Sunset. But I'm gonna say this is kind of sexy. This is kind of sexy. I'm gonna say Brooklyn. I'm gonna say Brooklyn. Just because, crazy thing, our first performance, Brooklyn Bridge was right under it. It was our first Danity Kane when we made it underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. So I'm gonna have to say Dumbo House, Brooklyn House.
Yep. Yeah. Holding it down.
I'm sorry, LA.
That's a great answer.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a really great answer.
I'm sorry, LA.
If you were a favorite cocktail or any drink, which would you be?
Dang, that's a good one. Okay, damn. Okay, I'm from New Orleans, so the daiquiri is a thing, right? Now, you guys don't do daiquiri the way we do daiquiri. Yeah. Ours is frozen. So I think I would kind of be like a 190 octane daiquiri. If you're from New Orleans, you know that 190 is orange and it is lit and it is so infused with alcohol, but tastes like candy. So it is the most dangerous thing you can drink because you're like, it's good, until you're laying like face on the ground. So I'm kind of like the 190 octane. Woo. If I was a drink. I'm gonna put you on your butt.
Yeah. Knock you out.
I'm gonna knock you out.
That's what
Yeah.
Another question we have. What's your favorite thing about the holiday season as we're going into the holidays right now?
Yeah, I think it's always going to be the family thing. I miss I'm a home girl. I miss My family, I travel a lot, and then also, if people have seen my story, I went through Katrina, I lost everything. My family kind of never got back together after Katrina. We never had a Thanksgiving together ever again. We all dispersed and went our different ways to try to find refuge. So like, I miss the traditional New Orleans Christmas pre-Katrina when everybody was in one house. So Christmas was always that for me. I miss that feeling, so I always hold on to that because like, what a time before the crazy, but that's what Christmas is to me, is that moment when we were all together.
I love that.
That's
important.
What's it to you?
For me, definitely the same thing. I'm a grandma's baby. I grew up I'm a grandma's baby. I grew up in the Midwest and the South. Moved to New York as a teenager.
What part of the South?
I grew up in North Carolina and Ohio, actually.
Carolina,
but for me, I'm like the first great grandchild. When I was born, I had my great grandma, and grandmother.
Wow, that's a blessing.
Right. So for me, it's definitely the family element too. Being able to go home and see my great grandmother. I just did that. We cooked all weekend.
That's crazy. People don't realize that that's like.
It's really important. So it's the same thing for me. So I relate.
Sweet.
It's being busy with being an artist. It's nice to slow down. I love it. I'd love to know more about what inspires you, but I'm going to add some layers to this question. So I listened to the new project, to your new music, and it's amazing. And as a fellow genre bender, a person who I'm an artist too who believes it's really important, especially for Black women in music, to take up space in genres of music we're traditionally pushed out of. I was super inspired by all the different sounds that you're playing with and the genres that you're bending confidently as you should, taking up space. And I want to know what inspired that. Obviously, you talk. I hear New Orleans in it, but I want to know what inspired you.
But it's funny because people think when I said I would do something that was paying homage to New Orleans, they thought I would do the traditional brass, and I was trying to explain to them I am New Orleans, right? I wasn't expecting you to take it literally in here. The point is New Orleans breeds more than one thing, and that's the point, is I can be directly from the Lower Ninth Ward and create this kind of music, have this kind of influence. But I guess the influence is not only the city, but it's the want to explore the possibilities. I never really cared about what the trend was. I was always constantly trying to figure out, once I did something, how do I best what I just did? And that's what I constantly thrive to want to do, is push the envelope. But also, I just got tired of being rejected by my own culture because they said we only make R&B or hip hop. When I love my culture, everything I do is pro-Black and showing beautiful Black women in these spaces, but also looking at the outside of my culture and saying, you guys have only made this a white male thing. And I want to show you that we are here. There are DJs that look like me. There are producers, there are artists that look like me, and we are in this space. So at first it was just me naturally doing what I always wanted to do. Since the first album, I was like, I'm just going to go for broke. Dirty Money had already been that sound. Diddy Dirty Money, if you listen to Last Train to Paris, go back, 2011, we were pushing it. We were three chocolatey Black people. Puff had us, and me and Kalina, we were, at 2011 saying this is sexy. And it was just not, it was super taboo at that time. We were doing music that was so innovative. I just took that and ran and was like, I still want to be in this space. And what I found is, no matter if it's ahead or not, it feeds me to constantly push myself to see what we can be. Not what we are now, but what we as Black women or we as Black artists can be.
Absolutely.
So the inspiration is now purposely and intentionally saying, I'm going to be in this space and I'm going to make sure you visually see that we belong here.
I love that. It's about reclaiming the space in these genres of music. I respect that so much.
Not pushing them out. Just saying
we deserve a space here too. And there's room for all of us.
Exactly.
There's room for all of us.
And that's kind of what I want to do, is just say, give us a little space, we need to be here. We deserve it. Not one token, but multiple. The equality of it.
My manager always, she did this to me a long time ago. Early on in my career, she said, "Gee, you don't make music to fit an industry. You make music to challenge the industry."
Come on.
Because we always should be.
Love that.
And I think that's like what I heard in your project a lot. So
love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm super honored. For
sure. Okay, let's go through some more. I'd love to know more about your creative process. That's funny.
You
kind of talk about,
definitely. It's funny because most people have entourages in studios, right? I don't. I record like a lot by myself. I get into a cocoon, and because I'm a dancer, I started as a dancer first. My mom owned a dancing school. I started at 2. I sung later. I see everything visually first. So concept visual aesthetic, all of that comes before the project even starts to become written.
Yeah.
And as I get the titles, as I get the story, the concept, it then breathes life into the lyrics. So a lot of times, most people will write lyrics and then come up with the concept later. No, the story is already unfolded, and I'll plaster the images all over the studio.
That's interesting.
The
I love it.
like the visuals, I'll create the world for myself. And so if the song doesn't have an 8 count, if it can't fit with the choreography, if it can't visually make sense, we're not doing it. So I build the world, I build the songs around the 8 count, around the aesthetic first.
I love that. I've never
the concept.
Never heard anyone who creates that way. That's so special. I love the idea of
it has to be a story.
Yeah,
I'm
creating
not
the
do
world
an album
first.
Of just regular singles. Like
I
love conceptual albums. My albums are never for you to find a single. I'm sorry if I'm sorry if that's if you're looking for the hit joint. That's not what I'm giving. I'm on an album. You have to actually just press play and let that bad boy just go. Yeah.
I love that because it's actually the way that albums were traditionally recorded back in the day. If you listen to some of the most on vinyl, you listen to things on vinyl, some of the most amazing records ever. They sat in the studio, created the vibe, and recorded the entire album from beginning to end. So it's really special that you preserve it that way.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Do you record that way?
Not the same way as you, but I do believe in creating a world for myself, and I do work a lot alone. I don't have an entourage either.
You find it peaceful, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm a Pisces, so for me it's
Pisces.
like I need
in the water.
I need the water, I need the vibes, I need the candles.
Yeah.
I like to create when I write sometimes. I like to play chess with myself while I'm writing. I create my own little world, so I totally relate with that.
Okay,
yeah. I can't have people affecting the vibe.
It's weird, and it's different. With Puff, it was like 35,000 people in the studio. I was
that's gotta be intense.
It's so
it's
many
a lot of energy.
people, and mad, amazing people. You're just walking in this 8 amazing celebrities, and you're like, okay, well, I'm just trying to get this note.
But
so
now you're trying to perform as well.
Right, I'm now I gotta hit this note right, because
Yeah.
J&B just walked in, and it's I don't need that kind of energy.
Yeah. What's your sign, by the way?
I'm a Leo.
You're a Leo. I'm a Leo rising. Leo ascendant.
Yeah,
so I love it. I love it. What do you love about performing live, and what do you dislike about performing live? We just talked a little bit about performing, because you've had to perform in the studio. See, that's different. When I get brought in for someone, when I get brought in for someone to do that, I'm prepared. But not my own stuff.
Right.
That's a lot. So what is that like? What do you like and what do you dislike about performing?
I don't dislike any. That's my favorite place.
I love it.
That's my favorite, and my favorite thing is okay, so fans may hate this. I hate calling them fans. The movement may hate this, but I will never sing the song like the record. I'ma always dream a little.
Same.
Yeah, so I love taking a record and making it something completely different.
The live arrangement.
Oh yeah, and to the point where they're like, can you just please make a live album? That's my favorite part, is I get freedom to roam and mess up and be angry and be excited and play with my tone, and I like the concept of that. So live is my favorite, and there is nothing that I dislike about it. It's my favorite thing.
I agree there too. That's my favorite place to be too.
Place.
That's a Leo too.
I hate the studio.
For me, I'm a Pisces. So I said, the Leo rising though. So I relate to that in the way that the stage is the only place. I'm all right, here I am.
Because you only got one shot. So the levels of what you have to do to build to that level of greatness. I like that challenge. Whereas in the studio, you can chase perfection.
Yeah.
Right?
And you can
it's
zero
laziness
in.
Almost, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the live, there's no lazy there, baby. If you mess up, you are on record.
Catch your breath.
They got you. They finna do the stupid. I got your note and it was wrong on camera, right? You tripped and we got you. Yeah.
I love that. I love it. You're making me even more excited to watch you tonight.
Oh, well, yeah. It's gonna be chill though.
Yeah. I doubt it. I doubt it. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Go with what you feel. I feel like I second guessed a lot of things. Trust it. Trust it. I didn't trust it because of what I looked like. I was too chocolatey, too skinny, I believed everything because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I should have just trusted the girl with the anime shirt and the fairy patches and, the colored hair. I should have just trusted it and loved me enough to say, you're enough. Yeah. Nobody was telling us we were enough. And so I would tell myself, nah, girl, you, whatever that is, rock with that, and stay true to that. Because no one really knows what they're doing in this. They're all making it up as they go. Yeah. And so, they're chasing whatever that is. So I feel like I would have told myself, nah, stay in your pocket.
Seems like you're granting yourself those things now, though.
Yeah.
And that's really special.
Yeah, I'm being
to
intentional
reclaim that.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can always grant ourselves the things that we deserve later on, even if we didn't know. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love that. All right, the best piece of advice that you have ever been given, by who and why? You've been around some of the greats, so I wonder, what are some of the things that have stuck with you, that have been shared with you?
I would say that my advice wasn't even from the greats that you guys would call it. My advice was from my grandmother. My grandmother is my. I love that woman.
Grandma's
I love
baby?
that woman. I loved her, and God rest her soul. I think for me, it was her. She said, no matter what you do, research everything you do. Get all the information. And I didn't understand because she was a librarian. She had a PhD in library science. So the book was her Bible.
Yeah.
Had I not known the importance of the research, I would not have survived as an artist because I had to learn everything. I got rejected so much that I had to learn to build my own stage, build my own art, figure out how to sew, figure out how to, like, what does it mean to be inspired by this, how to write everything was homework. And it became a lesson of how to market myself, how to brand myself, how to survive in this business. And the research, the idea to understand that, the knowledge of it, to understand your craft, not just be your craft, but understand your craft, is something that I'll take with me forever. So the concept of researching everything was powerful for me. And I never really knew that until I got into it and was like, no, don't just sing, understand the voice. Don't just dance, understand the craft of movement.
She taught you how to sustain yourself as a creative. That's really important. It's powerful.
So the information is powerful.
My last question for you, you've gotten through all, actually I think I added a couple in.
That's okay, you can sneak them in.
But the last question I have for you is, how would you like people to learn more about you right now? I mean, your music, obviously, but I'd love to hear, like, where you want to direct people. Where should they follow your journey? What do you want them to listen to? What's your favorite song in your project that you're like, well, you said all of them, you want the whole album to be played. So is that, in general?
The Second Line project, that it's out right now, you guys, make sure you get it. I think this is one of my best works, and I say that because not only did I produce more than ever on this project, but I just feel like it encompassed everything that I had been working on, from the animation to New Orleans being home, really being home, and having the dancers, the directors, everybody be from New Orleans, having it be a black female director. It was just super purposely done. The cover being designed by a local New Orleans artist. Those were all purposeful, and I was very proud of the fact that I could actually finally touch home in that way. But I think where I'm always going to be the artist that's the Easter egg. If you think about a video game and it's the egg that you kind of find, that's me as an artist. I would love to be the household name. That's so cool to be that. But I think I'll always be the artist that the artists know. Right? The art, like, you have to find me through the nooks and the crannies. And I'm okay with that because I feel like in any video game, that's the best place to get to, like, to know that the secret society knows the board that nobody else has been on. I think that's the artist that I didn't want to be that, but I think that's kind of who I am now. I've kind of created my own little lane. So that's how you find me. If you guys are driving down the right lane, if you're kind of on the other side of town,
I love it.
You'll see me. You'll see me there.
I love it so much. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And as Dawn said, go listen to that project, y'all.
Go download it. We need your streams.
And like we said, this is the house. Here's the view at Dumbo House in Brooklyn. Again, good night from us. For us, it's about 7:06. So good evening. Thank you for being here, y'all. Appreciate you.
We did it.